All right, what is up, punk rockers? Welcome back to Punk Rock Radar, and we're coming to you again with another reaction to three random punk bands that we've never listened to. This whole gimmick is basically when you got a CD back when you were younger. Uh, whether you were going to take it out of the CD player or keep it in was you gave it the first song, the second song, and the third song. And by the time you got to the third song, if you didn't like it, you probably weren't going to like the whole album. So that's how we're going to judge this. Now, John, he judges these off the first song alone, apparently. He just, as soon as he doesn't like it, he takes it right out.
Yep.
But I feel like three is a pretty fair way to kind of gauge whether or not we're going to like these records. And real quick, where these records came from, we've got Gatsby American Dream, which came from Connor G from our Discord. He bought the John's birthday bundle, and he wanted us to react to this album. So we're going to react to the first three songs and, judge it on that. Reviver came from the Rolling Stone pop punk list, something we've never heard of before. And a lot of people in the comment sections were like, probably the more out of anything else was like, you got to listen to this. It's a great record. It's a great record. So we're going to see if they're there. And then we got Kenny Hoopla from our infamous MGK video. They were saying, Kenny Hoopla, you'll like it a lot more. It's a lot more punk. It's a newer one. I think it's also with Travis Barker. So we're going to check out these three bands, and we're going to we're gonna judge this as well. John had no clue we were gonna dive into any more Travis Barker, but yeah, what do you think of this? And are you ready to get into it, John?
Yeah, so just real quick, Gatsby's American Dream. I remember when this came out, this one and possibly the one before it. This is like deep into my mp3.com, not mp3.com. Oh my gosh, eMusic phase. I remember listening somewhat to it. Reviver I've never heard, and Kenny Hoopla, the name is familiar, but I don't know if I've ever listened to it. So, yeah, I'm ready to get into this. I think the last batch of three, we liked one band and we thought the other two sucked.
Yeah, we liked The Academy Is. We thought Acceptance was pretty bad, and
Yeah.
we thought Tonight Alive was
Awful.
unlistenable.
Yeah.
So we'll see if this fares any better. We've got three different eras, basically. We got 2006, 2010, and we've got 2021, 2021 with Kenny Hoopla. So we'll see which era does it the best, I guess. But yeah, we can get this started with Theater by a Gatsby American Dream. I'm gonna mix these guys' name up this whole time. So yeah, let's get into it.
All right.
Whenever you're ready, John.
Here we go. This is Theater off of their album Volcano. First song in 3, 2, 1.
I see the world in a swirl of hues.
All right, Elliot, that was Theater. So this is weird. I like as it's playing, I was reading the Spotify bio, and it says that they're influenced by Lagwagon and Propaganda. I didn't hear any of that influence. I don't know if you did.
No, not at all. I mean, let me think of it. Maybe some of the drumming felt like maybe like Bad Astronaut or something like that at a couple points.
Yeah.
I don't know about Lagwagon. Maybe like slightly. I mean, Bad Astronaut's the closest I would compare it to. But, it's like I guess, you know what, if I'm thinking about it, maybe it's like if Brendan Urie from Panic at the Disco was the singer for Bad Astronaut instead of Joey Cape. I could see that a little bit. Maybe the first record, it has a little bit of that
Yeah.
chaotic theatrics going on that they do. I would say there's a lot going on with the song. Nothing particularly grabbed my attention though. It was okay. But I don't know. It was fine for an intro, but it wasn't really anything that got me like very excited or high energy or particularly interested in what was going on here. It definitely feels like of the time a little bit with the style of singing.
Yeah.
So what do you think?
Yeah, pretty much the same. Like it felt theatrical for the sake of being theatrical. Like there was a lot of odd transitions, and it didn't take you where you thought you were going. I guess like when I expected like a chorus or a pre-chorus, it kind of did its own thing, which is interesting.
Yeah.
It reminded me of this song by Valencia. in the chorus. K Sarah Sarah, I think it's called, but I think Panic at the Disco is another good comparison. I don't know, man. Like I was saying, I kind of felt like it was building, and never actually, there was never actually anything built.
Yeah, that's how I felt. Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. I put myself right here on this like indifferent face. Like I was indifferent to this. I would give it, I don't know. Like I'm definitely, to be completely honest, I probably wouldn't listen to track 2 if I had heard this track 1. We are.
Yeah, we are.
But like I kind of found what I need to know about this band. I know what I kind of get the style, but I go 4.2. Like it's
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you. I'm solidly in the middle, solidly neutral on it. Like, if this wasn't the first track, if this was like the fifth or sixth track, I could see myself skipping this one, depending on how the rest of the album goes. But yeah, I'll go like a 5.2. I wasn't blown away by it or anything like that, but it was fine. I would say inoffensive. Not the
Yeah.
thing is, like, the most important track of a record is the first track. I feel like. I mean, it's up to debate. Like, especially when you're like getting introduced to the album. So, I mean, I feel like this just didn't do enough to really bring you in to the album. It just kind of felt like, I think it's the most popular song too, so that was interesting. I'm not
Weird.
positive. Yeah. I really didn't see anything that like would catch anybody's attention to make this the most popular song. But we'll go see what else this album Volcano has to offer. So we'll do Pompeii.
All right.
So thematically appropriate. So
Let's do
whenever
it.
you're ready, John.
I sub 2 minutes, so I'm all about it. They're not gonna have a chance to get too wild or crazy. So, minute 53 seconds, Pompeii. We're gonna kick it off in 3, 2, 1. All right. Pompeii, Elliot, which I'm assuming is the crux behind the name of the album, Volcano. What did you think?
Oh, I mean, I liked it better than theater. Oh, it's still I'm just not bought into the guy's vocals, if
Yeah.
I'm being honest. It's not going to be I'm not going to be able to listen to this whole album. I can already tell you. It's the vocals I can't buy into them. I can't get past them. I thought the song, I liked the switch up. I like the fact it reminds me of like stuff Tiger's Jaw would do, or stuff what are they called? Weatherbox would do, where they do like, it's like a fast song and all of a sudden it's like this breakdown and then the song ends. It's like a cool structure. It's unique. I do like it. It feels very artsy in
Yeah.
some ways, but I'm not. I can't buy into it. I'm not invested. I don't. The vocals, I think, are probably the worst part. For
Yeah.
me. Yeah. Is that what you thinking too?
Yeah, I don't like this and so many bands are doing the same vocal style, like
Yeah.
they're in this era, and it's tough for me to say this, but it's true. Like a lot of what I like about punk and pop punk is like you can hop into a band and it always kind of feels like at home and familiar, and like you want bands to step outside the box and do something different, but like I don't think being different structurally and kind of transitionally, like it's not always just do it just because, like it has to work, and I'm not sure like it really works. Here's the thing, we're not critics, and this is like, I was just looking, this is like very critically acclaimed, so we could be dead wrong, but it's just not for me. It's not my style.
Just so you know, this sounds very critically acclaimed.
Yes.
So this is definitely. I'll say, like, I do like stuff that does that. I know you don't like Tiger's Jaw really at all. I like some Tiger's Jaw stuff. I like some strange vocals. I like Weatherbox. They do some weird vocal stylings, but I feel like it works for them and I can't explain the difference. It works for them for me, but it just doesn't work here. It just seems I don't know. It also doesn't have an energy to it. Like I don't feel like there's an energy popping. I
Oh.
feel like we're kind of like it's like almost like a melancholiness. It's like presenting as chaotic and different, and but it's just kind of keeping the same level of excitement. It never builds up to anything. I feel like we start off at like here, and we just kind of continue that the whole song, even though it's switching up, even though it's doing things different. But not really for me. But we're gonna check out the last song anyway. So sorry, Connor. We not a big fan of this record. Maybe you love it. But sorry about that, man. But let's check out.
What's your
Yeah,
score?
go.
We got to do our scores.
Oh, I forgot about that. I mean, I like it more than theater. I'll
Me
give
too.
it a. I got a 5.8. So.
It was like short to the point. I mean,
Yeah.
it's definitely not my. I'm like here. I don't know if I'm happy. I guess I'm still indifferent, but I'm leaning towards. No, I'm still indifferent. I guess. I go like what did I just do? Hold on. I give it a 5. 5.0.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
We're moving up. So.
Yeah.
All right, let's check out the guilt machine whenever you're ready, John.
All right, Guilt Machine. This one's 2 minutes and 48 seconds. Let's give it a shot in 3, 2, 1.
My shame is cold like a grave, but my lust is hot like an end.
All right,
Okay.
Elliot.
Okay.
I'm out on this band. I don't like this.
I thought this was the best song.
Really?
Yeah, I thought this was the best song, pretty distinctively. It does sound like Bad Astronaut a lot. Like there was like a Joey Cape thing in the beginning. If it made me think of what is it, 12 Small Steps, One Giant Disappointment, a little bit. And I'm a big Bad Astronaut fan. I felt like the vocals were toned down a little bit more in this one. It wasn't as goofy and wacky. And I'll say I actually like this one. I actually like this song overall. The first two I was not into at all, but this at least would make me curious to see if like the first two songs were a fluke and if it gets any better. So I would say I might go onto a track 4 on this, and if track 4 is bad, I would pop it out. But if I kind of like track 4, I might keep going, check it out. To be honest, I thought the Guilt Machine was decent. I give it like I liked it actually. I give it like a 6.7.
Jeez.
6.7. Yeah, I liked it.
Damn.
I don't know, something about it. It was a little different. It wasn't like the first two. I felt like. Do you feel like it was the same as the first two?
Yeah, I think it's exactly the same. It's got
Really?
the staccato guitar. I don't know. This is my problem with these concept albums is you kind of like pigeonhole yourself. It's ironic given I've been saying I like things that are familiar, but like I mean, there's a difference between like when you sit down to read a book, right, and you're ready to absorb this information, and
Yeah.
I don't go to music for that. Like music I have on in the background, or I'm unwinding, or I like this. It feels more like a movie or a book, and not a particularly good movie or a good book. So
Are you real quick? Are you a fan of the Bad Astronaut albums?
I think they're fine, but I
think
like
they're
them.
just okay?
I like them better than this. But
I like them better than this as well. I was just saying this song. I thought you like this the least, huh?
It could just be that this sound and the vocals are tiring on me, which happens.
I'll say the mixing is bad on the vocals. I feel like I can't tell if it's Spotify, if it's my headphones, or what it is. But the vocals like will sometimes just overpower the rest of the mix. It seems like, and so I don't know. I don't know why this is such a highly praised record. But I would say Guilt Machine at least made me a little curious. I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
So I would pop it out though. I'd say I'd pop it out most likely. I'd be curious, maybe one more song, but if that one more song wasn't good, it'd probably be over. So I'd say.
See, I actually think
But,
the production's the best part of this the CD so far.
I like the guitar sound. I like how the music sounds. I just feel like the vocals are a little too high, or maybe it's my headphones or something.
I think that's like just because this is very much like the Academy is the very similar vocals.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Panic
They
at the
kinda had
Disco,
yeah.
Fall Out Boy. That's kind of all. They were all kind of doing this same vocal style, and I feel like it's very similar in all those mixes. But I think the the guitars and the bass sounds awesome on this.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't mention it, but in theater the bass really stuck out. Yeah, I don't like it.
So I mean, I could see how people would appreciate this, and it definitely seems like an album you would listen to and you would think over. And I watched the lyrics the whole time. I have no clue what this guy's talking about at all, but it's all very poetic, and I'm sure there's like some interesting thoughts going on here. They were bizarre lyrics. I don't know. I think it's a story. It has to be a concept record. So Connor, let us know if this is a concept record, because seemed like it was telling some sort of story. But yeah, we'll move on from. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, John.
No, you're right. It seems like it's like a college course album. that's how I feel like I'm like.
Some people like music like that, and sometimes I like music like that. And when you can't appreciate it, it becomes one of your favorite records. But it also becomes one of those records you listen to very rarely. It's like. Yeah. I always say I listen to 6 and 7 out of 10 records more than I do 10 out of 10 records, even though I would rate them 10 out of 10. It happens sometimes where I'm like, this is when you listen to it, you appreciate it, but you can't listen to it all the time.
Yeah.
Where I feel like you can put in like something like the Lillingtons or a Pennywise album. I can put that on any time and enjoy it for what it is. Yeah. But then you'll have like some of the later Propaganda stuff and some of the later Flatliner stuff where I feel like a little less accessible, but I definitely can appreciate all the musicality and writing that goes into it way more.
Yeah,
so.
It's dive bar music. That's what I call it. But this is.
All right. Let's move to the next one, right?
Did we say it's Reviver? I think we established.
Reviver. I think it is Reviver. I keep wanting to say River. But the band River. But it's Reviver. I'm pretty positive. So
they don't like they don't like E's.
Yeah, so my name is out of the question for them. So,
yeah, I don't know. That's got to be. But this is their self-titled album. The first song is called "Rain Down." It's 2 minutes and 44 seconds. Who put out this album? Don Giovanni Records. Okay, so that's a pretty well-known pop punk. I think they did the Ergs.
This also has members of Latterman in it.
Okay.
I remember we were reading that as well. So I'm pretty curious what this is. People are claiming this is really good. So I'm kind of excited to check it out. I feel like this one is going to be pretty good now that I'm knowing all the context around it. So.
All right. If it's some orgcore, like based on all those things that we know so far, I'm guessing orgcore, which I like.
I think it is because I called it. I thought they were a Riot Girl like pop punk band at first, and somebody corrected me in the comments.
That's good because I don't like Riot Girl music.
Yeah, that's how they like described it on like the Rolling Stones or something. So, but let's see how it is.
All right,
we'll get into Rain Down whenever you're ready.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. All right, Elliot. It was 2 minutes and 44 seconds. We got about 20 seconds of vocals, maybe.
Yeah. It's an intro track. They're building it up, so it's fine. I don't know. I would say for an intro track, just put a song.
Yeah.
Or an intro part, and then have it go into a song. Maybe separate them because. It's a lot of investment for. We're building up. It's the beginning of the song. It's totally fine. I mean, once we picked it up, it was, I would say, not anything spectacular, but it's much better than what we were listening to before. I'd say I wouldn't say much better, but it was decent. It picked up. I don't know. This is starting to seem like maybe this is going to be like if an orgcore band went to art school, but we'll find out how weird we get with it. But. The vocals I'm not fully bought in on this either. They're okay. But I want to see how it goes with the, play a real song. So let's see what happens with an actual song.
I think there's potential. Like
potential.
The music itself was very Banner Pilot, very early Banner Pilot sounding. Mm-hmm. I just like for like probably 2 minutes and 20 seconds of instrumental, there wasn't much interesting going on. It's just standard orgcore power chords. I don't know if it needed to be that long. I feel like you could have, if you're gonna do a track like this and it's gonna be mostly instrumental, either A, do something interesting, or B, make it less than a minute. That was a chore to get through, but I heard some potential. I don't know, I was annoyed. I liked when the vocals came in, but I was like,
Yeah.
there's no payoff. Like if you're gonna,
There's no payoff. There's nothing really going on. Yeah, I think I'll go with you as well. I'll go. I would say it's an intro song, so it gets some credit. But this is just as a song.
yeah.
You know, I mean, I'll do like 4.8. I'll be right there with you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's less of a song than everything else we've heard, I guess. So.
With that said, I think this next song is gonna rock.
Yeah, I feel like it is too.
I have a good
Yeah,
feeling about this.
Me too. Like I said, like we weren't fans of the intro, but it sounded like it was going in the right
Yes.
direction. This is an intro song. It's building something up, and let's see if it builds up to something worthwhile. So I also love the title of the song, "Edge of Living." This sounds like it's going to be good.
I think it's gonna rock. 2 minutes and 39 seconds. Reviver track 2, Edge of Living in 3, 2, 1. All right, the things definitely picked up here, man. Edge of Living.
Yeah.
I want to hear what you have to say. I feel like this is right up your alley.
Yeah, this is pretty good. It's hitting a lot of that like Joyce Manor style, like a little bit too, mixed with wordcore. That's what it kind of sounds like. You know what I mean? Some of that kind of like try to think of what's the word, almost like that kind of like emo, kind of like that 2010s emo pop punk stuff mixed with that like Banner Pilot wordcore style. I thought it was pretty solid. I thought it was a good track. It definitely has like parts of it that are kind of like, I can see why this would like make the Rolling Stones list. It kind of has like a little bit of the structure isn't just straightforward verse chorus, you know, hit you with it. This is definitely like one of those bands, but I thought everything that was around it was pretty solid. So I kind of waned in and out for a little bit, but once we got towards the end, I was pretty bought in. So that old friend, oh duh, it was good. So I liked it overall. Thought it was pretty great. I would go with this one. I go a solid 7. I thought it was a good song. What do you think?
I think this is so far. This is album number 5 in this series of, I think what you call it, like punk rock triple threat or something. This is the best song so far. It's very much reminded me of Dillinger 4, especially the beginning. And
yes.
We get some like Dear Landlord copyrights, dopamine style, definitely orgcore. You described it perfectly. I was going in and out though. It didn't fully grasp me the whole time, but I do like the sound. Yeah. I do like the primary vocalist. I would give this a man. I was really into it in like the beginning. I was like, this. I mean, this is potentially a playlist ad for me. Like, I would definitely continue listening on to this record. Yeah. So I would give this. I'll go 7-1. I'll go right with you. I was gonna do 7 as well, but I did like it. I liked it a lot. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, 7's high praise. Yeah. So like I said, 5 were kind of like in the middle. We're 2 points above that. Yeah. So
I was happy.
I was happy with it. Yeah. So far, I keep going. Let's check out "Breathe Out" and just see where this wraps up at for these first 3 tracks. And I feel like we're probably going to listen to this full thing on our own.
I like this. I already followed them. I think they're defunct, but
yeah, it seems like they are.
Let's give "Breathe Out" a shot here. 2 minutes and 48 seconds, and we're gonna kick it off in 3, 2, 1. All right, man. I'll go first on this one.
Go ahead.
They lost me. I think the last song was way better. I was bored on this song. This is very you called out like Joyce Manor and stuff in the last song. You were
100% right.
You were seeing the future. This is
I saw the future. I could tell what was going on here. I felt it. The Midwest emo influence was so hard. It was there. It was there.
yeah.
Yeah. But
I don't.
what do you think of this?
I don't like it at all, really. But I'll go 3.5 just to be respectful. But like this is a total skip. This is like a John doesn't make it through 20 seconds song skip. Very boring. Big step down. Give me the energy. This is rainy day music. I'm not into it.
I will say this. I feel like it's poorly placed. I feel like you had like that long intro and you had that a song that picked things up. I feel like you needed one more so we could get a little more invested into it before you dropped a song like this.
Yeah.
But as a song, I don't think I didn't think it was that bad. I kind of liked it because I like that Joyce Manor Midwest emo type stuff sometimes. So the influences, I don't know if it's the influence because that stuff all came, I guess, after this album, but the beginnings of that sound are definitely around this time with like bands like Lockamora and Joyce Manor were doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I thought this was decent. It's not as good as the first, not the first song, Edge of Living, but I still like the vocals. I thought the song structure was a little more predictable, which was actually a good thing. So I'll go with the 6 on this one. I think I liked it. I didn't love it, but I liked it.
Okay.
So
we've got one good song so far and a couple of stinkers, and we're gonna move on now to Kenny Hoopla and Travis Barker. This album's called Survivor's Guilt, the mixtape. So there's a couple red flags for me.
go ahead.
Number 1, Travis Barker. Number 2, all the songs are in lowercase and have 2 backslashes at the end. I don't know why. I don't feel good about this at all. It's a Sony Arista new punk. Yeah.
All right.
I feel like I know
John.
exactly what this is gonna sound like.
We're inflicting more of this on you, so I appreciate you doing that. Hold on, my dog barking. I think we're good.
I don't hear him at all.
Oh,
Look
my dog.
at Elliot's beautiful backdrop today.
It looks nice, right?
Live from suburbia. Yeah, this is great.
Literal white picket fence out front. So yeah, nothing more punk rock than a white picket fence. So, but let's go ahead and get into Silence is also an answer, which is true.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Low expectations, but let's see. Maybe it rocks. Who knows? People were telling us it rocks. So
People said it rocks. They said it was way better than MGK's album. So
let's do it. Kenny Hoopla, all lowercase, in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, this is exactly what I expected. Punk rock for people who don't like punk rock.
yeah.
Sucked.
What'd you think? I mean,
I
I thought
hated
it did some things decent. You hated it?
This is just the Travis Barker show. He's just playing wherever the hell he wants. It doesn't fit. It's just the drums are so loud. The vocals suck. It's just been punk-o-matic guitar riff. It's the same shit.
Punk-o-matic guitar. I haven't heard that. That's a good one. Huh. The Punk-o-matic guitar riff. This could be a Punk-o-matic song. Yeah, it's not super great. I thought it was like fine though. I didn't hate it. It was all right. I give it like a 5.
Wow.
It was fine. I don't know. I thought the chorus was a little catchy. She's a white dress in a Ferris Bueller. I mean, I thought it was better than some of the MGK stuff. I thought it was all right.
Like I'm ready to put Gatsby's American Dream back on. This sucked. Like I hated this. It was just so boring.
It doesn't do anything dynamic. I would say Travis Barker's drumming his heart out, and I just couldn't find myself to care.
He's like just playing I mean, Travis Barker, he's just gotten to this status where he can just do whatever the hell he wants, and it's just great. This is just more of like the homogenized Travis Barker farm core, which is just not. It's not good. I mean, I don't know why we need so many bands doing this same style, but I guess people are listening to it because he's got 600,000.
I gave Rain Down 4.8, and I feel like this Rain Down was a better intro. It was shorter too. This is a little too long.
This was long, yeah.
We'll go 4.5. We'll go 4.5. I don't know. I didn't think it was like the worst thing ever. It was like fine. I thought it was just okay. So, but I guess we'll check out the next one. It's like 2 minutes long, and we'll get this done. John is tapped out. So,
Yeah.
John is officially tapped out. Every time we do this, this is how it ends. Just so you know, at some point we are going to start doing some classic reactions to albums we actually like. So, we kind of need to like figure out what would an album that we actually like in this format look like. How would we rate it? How would we do it? So we're definitely going to do that. We'll have some.
This just feels like this should be like a punishment for like somebody.
We already said it. Richard is down. He's all about like punishing people for losing games and stuff.
That's what I think. That's like whoever loses like feud or guess this song has to like listen to Kenny Hoopla and Travis Barker stuff. Well, let's go. This is the most popular song in the album. This has 42 million plays. The second one has 19 million. So this is. Just for reference, that first song we listened to had 4 million. So this is 10 times the amount of plays. It's a minute and 58 seconds. So
all right, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm down.
It's called Estella. Here we go. It can't get any worse. So let's see if it gets better in 3, 2, 1.
I mean, come on, that one wasn't that bad.
Yeah, it was way better. I don't understand the direction of this. Like, it just ended out of nowhere after 2 choruses. Yeah, it was way better. I'll say that.
Yeah, I was saying, I feel like this is not bad. I feel like if this was just on like a pop punk playlist in the background, I'd be fine with it. I think it was a solid song. I mean, it's not like once again, none of these guys. The vocals with the auto-tune is like not my favorite, but the chorus was catchy. The verses were not as like weird and droning as the first song, which kind of got annoying. And it was fast.
Yeah.
It had a good pace to it, so I thought overall it was pretty good. I give us like I don't know. I'm gonna go generous. I'm gonna go nice to Kenny Hoopla. I'm gonna go like 6.4. 6.4. I thought it was a fine song. I thought it was a good song. I wouldn't mind listening to that. I could sing it in the car with somebody. Stella. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, Kenny Hoopla is way better when he's copying Taking Back Sunday's homework. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
This one, it wasn't so much like Travis Barker doing a bump and seeing what happens. This is much more reined in, much more like generic, and it was pretty good. Like, I thought it was pretty good. Like for like a generic pop punk song, I thought it was fine. Yeah, like I thought this was pretty good. I'd give it a 5.2. It was very much Louder Now era Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, not as good.
Yeah, not as good, but
not as good. So if you're an MGK fan, a fan of the newer stuff, if you haven't heard "Louder Now" by Taking Back Sunday, you probably would be really into it. So, but let's do the final song and wrap this the hell up, John. So we got "Turn Back Time" whenever you're ready.
Let's do it. I wish I could turn back the time. And
I was about to make the joke.
Yeah. All right, here we go. 2 minutes and 34 seconds. We're gonna kick it off in 3, 2, 1. To you too.
Dude, yeah, man. I'm gonna be real. I think Kenny Hoopla had the best song of the whole thing.
That was pretty good again.
That song was really good. That chorus, once that came out, I was like, oh, this hits. Man, that's really good. I think they're all right. This is way better than the MGK album.
Yeah.
Already. This is better than any song in the MGK album, Turn Back Time. So that intro, we're waiting a little bit there, but he picked it up. I mean, if he has more songs like this on this, I guess it's like a 7-song mixtape. So, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was good. That's like I'll go 7.6. I enjoyed that. That was fun. I liked it. It was a good chorus. It was simple. It did what it needed to do. It was like a mess song almost. You know what I mean? So
this to me sounds like a Skiba era Blink B-side. I
little bit.
I feel like he sounds in this song in the chorus. He sounds just like Matt Skiba sounded on Blink 182.
I think you're right. I think I can see that now that you mentioned that.
It's the whatever
Yeah.
vocal processing they're using for this. So like
Yeah.
it totally sounds like the California 9 Skiba vocals. Catchiest chorus of the entire thing so far, without a doubt. We both looked at each
Without a
other
doubt.
when that chorus hit.
Yeah, I was like, oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
it. That's it right there. So it was good.
Yeah,
It was a good.
I'd give this my highest score, I think, of the episode. I'd go 6.666. I think it
That's
was pretty
good. That's pretty
I
close.
feel bad that we roasted him after that first.
I know. If you made it this far after that, Kitty Hoopla fans, we take it back. He's got some good stuff.
Yeah, that was pretty
if I
decent.
could turn back time, dude, it's a catchy chorus, man. So
It was good, yeah.
I would say I'd keep listening to this. I'd check out what else he's got going. I would definitely after that.
It was
song,
fun,
so-
yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun song. So, Kenny Hoopla, who John gave the lowest rating at first, and was ready to like, I don't know, hang himself after this was done. And he got the highest rating, and probably the only one he'd continue listening to at this, I think, right?
I don't know if I continue listening to it. It's fine for this style. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to my my skate punk after this, but it was
Alright.
it was
Yeah.
pretty. Expectations were surpassed. They were
Yeah.
rock bottom, but they were surpassed. I'll
It was
say
good.
that.
It was good. I'd listen to this. I'd put Turn Back Time on a mixed playlist easily. So,
Yeah. All right. But yeah, let's
Yeah.
wrap it up here. We're gonna do a couple more of these if I can handle it. I know that sometimes I start to wane around track 2 or 3, but yeah, we'll wrap this one up here. If you guys like it, make sure you're subscribed, thumbs up, all that stuff helps other people find the channel. If there's something you want us to listen to, you can do it 2 ways. The first, to guarantee it, would be to pick up one of the $39 boxes. They get you 2 or most of the time 3 albums, a t-shirt, and you get to pick an episode. I'm only gonna do like 3 more because we're getting quite a backlog of episodes.
yeah.
The other way, join the Discord, and if you got something we find interesting, we'll probably do it anyway. So yeah, make sure you're in the Discord. There'll be a link down below to that and to the store. Elliot, anything else you want to say before we wrap up?
No, that's all. I mean, this is a fun concept, so obviously if you've got any other records you want to recommend, we can always toss them into one of these. So,
Okay.
but yeah, thanks for watching, guys.
All right. Yeah, we'll see you guys all next time.
Peace out.